Quick video today for anybody who's going through a tough time, and especially if you are newer in business, doing less than 3-4 jobs a week. This is gonna especially resonate with what might be going on with you. I just had a conversation with a roofer that does a good job. They're really good at sales. They're professional, got good reviews. They do the right thing. They sell a good product, but they are having a lot of issues from personal life. He's going through a divorce and has 3 kids. Some of the times are parts in life where it's going to affect your business and your mental fortitude in every direction. And I wanted to make a quick video about just explaining my thoughts when we come across these things, and I guess give some 2 cents on what I've seen, how to get through these kind of times. First and foremost, this is gonna sound a little bit cold, but it's just an observation that I've seen. But generally, a lot of times for smaller companies, a lot of the issues that we tend to see is not that they don't know how to do certain things in business. A lot of the times it's actually demons from their personal life, right? Now, I'm using the word demons to be exaggerating. I'm just saying that it's hurdles personally they have, right? Relationships, significant other, health, right? So we see that sometimes, right? They're just like, they cannot do physically the work. A lot of the roofers we work with can't get, past background checks, stuff like that, whatnot. Substance abuse is a big category in of itself. It's just that smaller companies we've seen have more of these issues they deal with. Because a lot of times, if you think about it, to get from a position where you're not doing much to getting, let's say, a couple jobs a week, relatively speaking, it's not that difficult. You could actually do it with any one channel, right? If you're good at door knocking, you can do that. If you're good at running some kind of ads, you can do that. If you have a good presence online, you're getting phone calls from Google, you can do that. Like, any singular channel can figure that out. My point is, you're not in the league where you have to manage salespeople and manage cash flow and everything like that. When you're just really starting to get it going, you can just be a one-man show and do $1 million easy. There's many thousands of contractors doing that. When you're getting your business going, it does not leave a lot of room to have mess ups in those other parts. This is where I said it can sound cold, but that's what it is, right? If you have problems with your significant other, that's going to be a problem. If you have issues with substance abuse, right? If you're drinking yourself to sleep and really intoxicating yourself with alcohol or any other substance, that's obviously going to have issues on your health and your performance and your responsibilities that you got to do in the business, right? These are all things that comes to be. And I think what happens is bigger businesses, basically, they went through a period of time where it's not like that the owner is perfect. It's just that they've found out a way to deal with it, right? I'll give you an example personally for myself, right? My ex-girlfriend, whenever we'd have a fight, she couldn't go to work. I just found it really weird. We would have some kind of argument, even if it's 5 minutes, she just can't work, she can't eat. The whole day is like that for her. I eat just my normal meals if I was to have an argument with somebody. I go and get my work done no matter what. Why is it so? Well, I have experience working period, over 5-7 years more than her, right? The time. So I've gone through a lot of times where emotions would get me derailed, and then nothing happens and nothing is moving for my life. And then I had to suck it up or whatever. I had to get over it and be able to downplay those emotions and just turn my brain off and get my work done. Plan and execute. So what does that look like if you're in this kind of situation and you're a small business, right? How do you make that shift? Here's what I would say. Number 1, are you getting leads, right? If you're getting phone calls, then answer the phone. Yes, things are going on. Yes, your wife is ruining your life per se. Yes, you have all these other issues and thousands of things that are pulling your attention. And now your phone is ringing and you're feeling frustrated. You don't even want to answer it, but you have to answer it, because 1 in 5 of those calls could be somebody looking for a roof replacement that's going to put 15 grand in your company. Phone rings, you answer. Number 2 is, did you set the appointment, and do you have a way to make sure you go run that appointment? So for example, let's say you talk to the person, you set the appointment. We readily recommend setting the appointment for same day, as hard as you can to go for same day. If not, the day after, nothing more than that. Whatever that is, you set it, let's say for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Is there a way you're gonna remember to do that? This might sound simple as hell. Anybody who's watching is like, this is so silly. But you'd be surprised how many times when we're marking calls, we see people saying something like, hey, are you guys still coming? Hey, we were waiting for you. Mind you, these are calls coming in from people who are inbound, right? So they're very receptive. It's not like they just forgot about you and you're gonna have to knock down their door to be able to give them their inspection or something like that. These are a lot of times people who are actually waiting at their home for you to come to them because they reached out to you. And we hear these calls and it's devastating. It's like hurts my ear because it's like, that's somebody who called to replace their roof. They wanted an estimate and we didn't even show up. Why? Because things are falling apart in the person's personal life. We've seen this so many times before. It's more like a trial of fire called personal life. Can you get through the troubles of your personal life, diet, health, alcohol abuse, a significant other, these kind of things, and still keep standing, still make it through, and still keep doing your tasks and moving things forward? If so, then voila, you most likely have $1 million business in the roofing space, and then you can think about, how do I make this 3 million? How do I make this 5 million? Now you can start looking at some of the little bit harder things like hiring salespeople, managing a sales team. Anyways, don't want to make the video longer than it needs to be, but just wanted to shine some light on this because this is the reality that's happening in many homes and it's life. So hope this helps for anybody who might be going through something like this. And just remember, no matter what happens, try to keep the focus on a few to 1 to 3 things max. Call comes, I answer. When I answer, I set the appointment, and number 2, I will run the appointment and give them the best damn presentation they've ever seen. No matter what I'm feeling inside, my world would be tearing apart, but I'm going to give them this because that's who I am and that's what I stand for. And a year from now, 2 years from now, the emotions I'm feeling is going to be more diminished, but I'm going to be proud looking back of the actions I took today, especially at this kind of hardship and time, because it's what's going to spell out what my business is at that time in the future.